Welcome to Organicopia, the total organic experience. I am Chef Molly Bravo, and I'm here today sitting on my back deck, and I'm secretly gonna make my hubby a little surprise Cioppino dinner. I'm super excited about it. I'm doing a nice little picnic dinner. I have this adorable picnic basket that I picked up that has everything that you could possibly want inside. It's got the plates for the appetizers, all of the cutlery, nice wine glasses, and I even have a really nice special bottle of red wine waiting for him. So on today's menu, I'm gonna make a homemade Fulton Fish Market Cioppino, my famous Caesar salad with the best homemade croutons that you've ever had in your life. And it's all happening here on Organicopia. So my sweet hubby's at work. He has no idea that I have this dinner planned for him. I wanted to make a Fulton Fish Market Cioppino, Caesar salad, and homemade croutons. So I am like really well known for my croutons. My recipe is kind of a cross between my own and my dad's. And I wanted to make this for Bravo because it's one of his absolute faves. We haven't hung out in probably close to 3 days because he's been working around the clock, and I thought this would be a really nice welcome home gift. So we're gonna get started with my classic Caesar salad dressing. We're gonna be pureeing everything in the Vitamix. We have some whole anchovies, and believe it or not, these will not make your dish taste super fishy, despite what you may think. Oftentimes I'll have people come up to me and say that they don't want Caesar salad dressing because of the fish, and they always ask if I can omit it, and I think that that might be virtually impossible, but I just want you to try this because I think that you'll love it. So we have some anchovies. This is about 5 fillets. I'm gonna squeeze in the juice of 2 lemons, and about a handful of garlic. I like garlic. And this is gonna make 4 to 5 cups of sauce, so don't be freaked out by the amount of garlic. And then I'm also gonna use this dressing on top of my croutons. So that's my secret little ingredient and claim to fame that will keep people always eating those crunchy bites of goodness. So here's the juice of 2 lemons. And a ton of garlic. We have some Worcestershire sauce to taste. We have, I like to count to about 4 for my red wine vinegar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next, we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. And Parmesan cheese is very salty. It's a hard cheese. It's from Italy. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons. If I feel like I need to add more at the end, I absolutely will. And what I'm using to grate this with is a microplane. You can get this at any cooking store. To finish it up, we're gonna add some olive oil and my Dijon mustard. So this Dijon mustard is like pretty much out, and my little trick to get everything out is I pour a little bit of liquid into the container. My mom's favorite saying is waste not, want not, so we're not gonna waste a drop of that. So I wanna add some peppercorns to this dish. You don't need to pre-crack it because we're gonna be blending it all up. This is about 2 teaspoons. And away we go. So I'm gonna give this a little taste, and then we're gonna get started on our Fulton Fish Market Cioppino.
Hi, I'm Sarah Nicholas, host of The Story of Cooking, and The Story of Cooking is all about food, family, and stories. Every memory I have growing up and to this day is centered around a recipe, a family get-together, and of course, all family get-togethers involve food. This season on The Story of Cooking, we started out in Harlem where we learned about the birth of soul food. Then we took the subway to the Grand Central Oyster Bar located in Grand Central Terminal where Chef Sandy taught us all about oysters from the East Coast to the West Coast. Then we went to Savor Test Kitchen where we learned what it's like a day in the life of working recipes and development for a major food magazine. Then we got in a cab and headed over for lunch at Lombardi's where I learned how to make pizza in a coal oven. Then we headed downtown to Delmonico's, the oldest restaurant in New York City, where they invented some famous dishes like baked Alaska, lobster Newburgh, eggs Benedict, and they even serve Abe Lincoln's favorite, their roasted potatoes. Then we were off on a ferry to Staten Island where we went to San Rasa restaurant. So if you've never had Sri Lankan food, I would recommend you go here because these chefs are really whipping it up. From Sri Lankan to Indian food, we headed over to Vali restaurant located in Queens, and then we can't forget about One If by Land, Two If by Sea, which is one of the most historic and romantic places to dine in New York City. So come join me as the story unfolds on this season of The Story of Cooking.
Fulton Fish Market Cioppino. I love this dish and I am so excited to share it with you. But first, I want to show you how I finish my croutons. So I have been sauteing some onions and garlic with some toasted bread cubes. This is some leftover sourdough baguette that I had from a couple days ago. I didn't want it to go bad. All I did was cook it in a little bit of olive oil. They got nice and toasty. They're semi-crunchy. And I am gonna add a splash of my Caesar salad dressing. Now you'd think these would get nice and soggy, but they actually don't. What they are going to do is they're gonna absorb all of that flavor and maintain the crunch on the outside so that they're chewy on the inside. While this is cooking down, for about the next probably 10 to 15 minutes, I'm gonna show you how to get started on our Fulton Fish Market Cioppino. So let's get started. I have all kinds of really good seafood here. I just chose some of Bravo's favorites. We have some fresh, large sea scallops, Dungeness crab, and mussels and clams. You can use cod, tilapia, any kind of seafood that you prefer. Lobster works great, but these are just some things that he loves, so this is what I'm using for today. I'm gonna start by searing off my scallops. As you can see, I've been drying them on paper towels so that all of the moisture is out. This is gonna give them a really nice golden brown crust on the outside. I'm lightly seasoning them with salt and a little bit of cracked pepper. I've been having my pan heat up for the last 3 to 5 minutes just so that it gives it a really nice sear and a fast cook. We want these to be kind of crunchy on the outside and very, very delicate. Scallops are one of those dishes that cook very fast. This will take probably 10 to 15 seconds per side. And while these are searing off, I'm going to get started sauteing my vegetables for the Fulton Fish Market Cioppino. So here I have an 8-quart Dutch oven. I'm adding a splash of olive oil. My pan's been heating nice and hot. And I have some veggies that I've already pre-chopped. I have fresh fennel, onions, garlic, and yellow and orange bell pepper. We're going to dump these in. And give them a nice stir. This whole dish goes very, very quickly. I am going to flip my sea scallops. As you can see, they're nice and golden and crunchy on top, which is just what we want. Beautimous. We're going to give these another, 10 to 20 seconds. And I'm going to add in some white wine to our cioppino. So here's a fun little tip that I just learned. Cioppino actually originated in San Francisco, which is why I'm even happier to serve it to my hubby because that's his favorite city. And it is an Italian-American dish, so it's basically a fish stew. There's nothing fancy about it. It just tastes really, really good. I've just added a 1/4 cup of white wine to my sauteed vegetables. My scallops are finished. I am going to add all of my scallops to the pot. I am going to add in one 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. And a 14-ounce can of stewed tomatoes. So we're looking for the chunky and the smooth consistency to give this a really nice base. And then I'm going to add a couple of bay leaves for a depth of flavor. This is going to be a nice savory element. Once this comes to a boil, I am going to add in my mussels and clams. So these mussels and clams I rinsed and then I drained. And you can see all of the residual liquid down here. You want to make sure that you do that so that you don't get any sand in your soup because there's nothing worse than biting into a piece of sand. Alrighty, so that is the base of our soup. I'm going to season this with a little salt and pepper. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the crab. This is my husband's favorite. He would be devastated if I didn't add this. This is some fresh Dungeness crab. I think we're all a little bit excited because there was a stretch there where crab was not safe to eat, but we've finally gotten the green light. Go ahead, add your crab. This is about a 1/2 cup. Give it a little stir. I'm going to add in some chili flakes, a little cracked pepper, and I am going to put the lid on this and allow it to steam for about 15 minutes. All of the mussels and clams are going to open up. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish up my Caesar salad.
Hi, I'm Todd Allen Lowe from Allen's Pantry. Stay tuned for more Foodie TV.
I love Caesar salad. I could seriously eat this entire bowl. I'm going to try to be nice and save a little bit for my husband, but I want to show you how I finish this dish. So I had some croutons that were cooking on the stovetop. I am now finishing them off in the oven at 375. They've got about 3 minutes to go, so that will give me enough time to show you how to dress up my salad. I have some beautiful romaine lettuce that I got from my farm box. Farm Fresh to you, thank you very much. I love my produce. I also have some toasted pine nuts. I just like to add these for a little added crunch. I like to finish it with some fresh Parmesan cheese, because everybody loves cheese. And one of the tricks that I have, if I am not gonna serve this salad right away and I don't want the leaves to get soggy, I like to put my dressing at the bottom of the bowl. This is a really good trick for caterers when you guys are running out of time. Hide your salad dressing underneath all of the lettuce, and right before service, you can toss it all together. It turns out perfect every time, and you don't need to worry about the lettuce getting soggy prior to service. So we have about 2 minutes left on our croutons. I'm gonna check on those. And I also think that our Fulton Fish Market Cioppino is just about done. So let's see. Oh my gosh! I love this. I think this fish market stew is complete. So I'm gonna turn this off. Let's check on our little croutons. Oh yeah, babe. Those are done. And you know what? I'm looking at the clock and I see that my husband's not gonna be home for 15 minutes. This allows me just enough time to make some garlic rub crostini to dip in that soup.
When we say that Mrs. A's is handmade, it is so handmade. And then we have Martha, who we call Magic Martha. She scoops it up and fills hundreds, thousands of containers. And then they get hand capped, hand sealed, hand stamped, and into the refrigerator.
Let's make some garlic rub crostinis to dip inside of that super good Fulton Fish Market Cioppino. I have some leftover sourdough baguette. I'm going to slice these relatively thin. We're gonna lay them out on a sheet tray, brush them with a little bit of olive oil, season them with salt and pepper, and bake them for about 11 minutes at 375. Once we take these little guys out of the oven, we're gonna rub them with garlic, and the garlic's gonna melt down inside of this bread and get nice and flavorful. It's gonna be perfect inside that soup. Alrighty, so we have our crostinis all lined up. Brushing them lightly with a little olive oil on both sides. And that's how easy it is. Super fast, super simple. I think my husband said he was coming home in like the next 10 to 15 minutes. That allows me just enough time to make these little croutons and a tasty little sweet treat. I can't wait. We're both trying to get on a diet, so we have been eating tons of fresh fruit, tons of yogurt, and I thought it might be really nice to make a berry parfait with a little bit of mint. These go in the oven, 375, 11 minutes. Set it and forget it. Alrighty, let's get started on that berry parfait. So I'm just using stuff that I already have here. I have some strawberries, I have some blueberries, and some fresh yogurt. Beautiful strawberries. I am gonna start by cutting off the greens of these strawberries. We're gonna slice them very thin. Ultimately, if I were eating sugar, I would do something called macerating the berries, which is adding just a touch of sugar to loosen up all the juices inside of the fruit, and it kind of permeates through the yogurt, and we season it with a little bit of mint. It's really good, super summery and fresh. But for right now, I'm gonna start layering my martini glasses with the strawberries. I have some beautiful blueberries. It reminds me of the 4th of July, and it's only April. It's perfect. Here, I have some non-fat Greek yogurt that I am going to spoon on top. It gives it the essence of whipped cream without all of the added calories and fat, even though that stuff tastes really good. And then, you know what? I may even add some nuts to this. We have some, what do we have? We have almonds. Let's use almonds. So we have some almonds, and I'm also going to grab some of our famous local honey. Another really great thing about this dish is you can make it in advance and just throw it in the refrigerator till you're ready to serve it. This is perfect for a crowd. You could make these all in advance. You don't have to worry one bit. Oh yeah, that looks really good. There you have it. Healthy, low-fat, crunchy, sweet, delicious, and decadent dessert. A berry parfait with yogurt and toasted almonds. I am pretty sure this is gonna be very sweet. So good. So now that we have all of our courses done, I think I'm ready to start plating. I'm gonna show you guys how to serve this family style.
Well, hey there, my little baklava. What do we have here?
Hi, my love. I wanted to surprise you with a picnic.
Oh, what did you make?
I made you a lot of goodies. You have some really good cheese, your favorite little cheese. This triple cream brioche with a black truffle pate.
Nice.
You have some little nuts and other cheeses that you can munch on, but I wanted to get you a little glass of wine while I bring you out your dinner.
Okay, great. I would love one.
Cool. Look at how cute this little thing is.
Oh,
it has
wow.
everything. It has your little wine glass.
How precious.
I know, I love it. Has your little plates for your appetizers and your little spoons and forks.
Nice.
Here, let me get you a little glass of wine.
Perfect.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sit tight. I'm gonna go get you some food.
Awesome. So what do we have, my love?
Oh, I'm so excited. So I wanted to make you your favorite dinner because we haven't seen each other in a long time. I know that you love Cioppino.
I love it.
So I made you some really special Cioppino with all your favorite stuff. It has
Cool.
Dungeness crab and fresh mussels.
How about some scallops? You know I love scallops.
Heck yeah.
I love those little suckers.
So So I want to know what you think. And I
Okay,
just
cool.
learned today that Cioppino actually comes from San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
So I felt like it was even more special.
Well, I've been eating it for years and I didn't know that. Why don't you get yourself some there? So when did you decide this little surprise for me?
About 2 hours ago.
Nice.
I felt like you deserved it.
Boy, this looks amazing.
Thank
Are these little
you.
plates for our salad?
Yeah. I also want you to try those little croutons. They're
Oh, okay,
for
let
your,
me try one of these first then.
They're for your soup. And you should try this cheese because I know how much you love it.
Here, let me put this little piece of cheese on here. Did you already try this cheese at all, or?
I may have. That may be why there's only a little bit left.
Okay.
And here's some Caesar for you.
Well, thank you.
And I put a little pine nuts in there for some added crunch. And your favorite homemade croutons. You like it? Can you taste the garlic?
Oh yeah, I can taste it. But like I've said before, you can never have too much garlic.
I know, I totally agree.
Well, this is awesome.
Yeah,
I can't wait to try it.
thanks. I want to try this little soup.
Now, what's this little dessert over here?
Forgot all about that. It's a tasty little parfait I made
Oh, nice.
with some local stuff that we had in the fridge. We have berries and some non-fat Greek yogurt, toasted almonds, and some honey.
Greek yogurt, huh?
Yeah, so instead of using whipped cream or ice cream, feel free to use something lighter like a non-fat Greek yogurt. That's what I did. Nobody has to know the difference. It still tastes really good.
The Caesar salad's delicious, I guess.
Do you
made
love
some-
it?
This is your homemade dressing, I take it.
It
because
is.
I love it.
Oh, yeah.
How long did you let this cook for?
Maybe like 5 minutes.
Oh, really? That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
So as you guys can see, it is so simple to prepare nutritious and delicious home-cooked meals. Instead of going to a restaurant and spending a fortune eating food that makes you feel like crap, you should try making a really good meal cooked at home. One of the things that we love doing the most is cooking together at home. There is no comparison to making a home-cooked meal made from scratch with all of the stuff from your garden or your CSA box. I wish I could cheers you right now.
Well, since you're pregnant and you can't have alcohol, let's cheers our little martini desserts.
Cheers our little martini dessert.
Here's to another great meal.
Absolutely.
Thanks, babe.
Oh, thanks. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here at Organicopia, the total organic experience. Remember to buy local, eat seasonal, and make great food for the people that you love. I hope to see you guys soon.
Delicious.
Oh, good.